Colorado High School Activities Association softball is on 1010 KSIR in the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This afternoon from Chimney Park here in Windsor. It's another Patriot League clash as the visiting Brush Bee Diggers take on the Resurrection Christian Cougars. I'm John Beltran with the Bee Diggers hoping for a better result as opposed to 2 days ago when they fell at University in the opener 13-1. But then again, these are a new set of Bee Diggers, and Resurrection Christian also has a young squad. And let's get to the starting lineup for Brush, brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. That is Equitable Savings and Loan. And Coach Tom Odell did not mess around. Changes all over the place from game one. Batting first is the shortstop, Braylon Rule. Out of the second position is Carly Tatellini playing center field today. The pitcher, Mason Unrein, hits third. Amaya Bruno behind the plate is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth is the left fielder, Harley Holdren. Delaney Draggart, the second baseman, at sixth. Right fielder, Nevaeh Tolentino, will bat seventh. The first baseman hits eighth. That's Olivia Gillick. And Avery Lefevre, the third baseman, hits ninth. Defensively for Resurrection Christian, Lael Erickson's at first base. Charlie Jen Malone at second. Over at third, it's Riley Smith. The shortstop is Lauren Morissette. Around the outfield, Callie Gillespie's in left. The center fielder is Jaden Krager. Over and right, it's Tea Alcantar. Behind the plate, Audrey Johnson. And on the mound, right-hander Alexis Knapp. The Bee Diggers won here handily 19-5 1 year ago. In fact, they were 2-0 against Res, which won just 3 games last season, while the Bee Diggers had 11 victories. And stepping in momentarily for Brush will be Braylon Rule. She certainly is one of the most experienced players on this Brush team, but not pitching today. She occupies a different position for the Bee Diggers defensively. And again, that's something that Tom Odell's not going to wait. He didn't wait at all. He didn't give it even a second game. He wanted to make sure that if things didn't work out early, he wants to put his players in what he believes are the best positions, figuratively and literally, in order to win this game and establish some momentum. Keep in mind, Bee Digger football coming up tomorrow night. Bee Digger blast off at 6 o'clock, kickoff at 7 o'clock. It's alumni night, and Bee Digger Stadium will be renamed Larry Mills Field at Bee Digger Stadium as Brush takes on the George Washington Patriots. Tyler Carmen and Ron Albo will be with you for that game. The opening pitch here coming up momentarily, brought to you by Buildings by Design. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design, the very best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience makes Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. That is Buildings by Design. Yeah, Resurrection Christian, it only has 10 players. It's a thin team. And their schedule is going to pick up quite a bit here over the next week or two. The Bee Diggers had just 3 hits against University in that 13-1 loss in Greeley on Tuesday. Brush's first home game will be on Tuesday when they take on the Valley Vikings. So here is Braylon Rule. She led off the season for Brush with a double and scored the Bee Diggers' only run on Tuesday. The right-hander, Alexis Knapp, at 4:04, will throw the first pitch of this game. Swing, and I think she just missed it. Went off the top of the glove. 88 degrees at game time in Windsor. No balls and 1 strike. Gorgeous field here at Chimney Park. And the offering swung on and lifted into right field and to her right, going back, and it's over the head of Tea Alcantar. Rule is around second. She's headed for third. This is going to be a leadoff triple for Braylon Rule. Now she's going to try and score. Rule to the plate. She's going to score. It's going to be a home run. And inside the Parker, I thought she was going to hold up, but she just kept going. And the Bee Diggers, just like that, lead 1-0. Well, I didn't think she had a chance to score, but she just kept going. And the Bead Diggers pick up a run on the second pitch of the game. Here's Carly Tatellini, the other one with a lot of varsity experience from 1 year ago. Well, that's the way to start this one. Tatellini was 0 for 1 on Tuesday. And the right-hander comes home. And that's a strike. Belt hides. No balls and 1 strike. Followed by Mason Unrein. Yeah, Bray Lynn was a really good hitter a year ago, and now she's spreading the field even more. Went to left center for the double on Tuesday, to right field for the inside the Parker today. And the offering. And that's outside, and the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Plenty of Bead Digger sports right here on 1010, and even more than that, of course. Volleyball team is in action quite a bit. The pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner, thigh high. And the count moves to 1-2 to Carly Tatellini. As Braylon Rule is homered to begin the game for Brush, her second extra base hit in as many games to begin a game. Swung on, and that's lined up the middle for a base hit into right center field. Tatellini shortened up the swing, and that's a excellent hit there for Tatellini considering she was down in the count. And here's Mason Unrein. Unrein had a base hit for Brush on Tuesday. Right-handed hitter. Nice mix here to begin. Righty, lefty, and now righty squaring to bunch. He's showing very early, though. And that pitch is popped up foul to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I'm not sure you want to show bunt that early. That makes it pretty obvious for the defense just to range in. Amaya Bruno's on deck. Nobody out here top of the first inning. Again, squaring to bunt. They're all playing in. And this one is bunted first base side. And the play's going to be to first. And the throw is offline. And saved now headed to third. The slide Tatellini's in on the back end. Unrein to second. No throw. And now to the plate is Tatellini. Slides in head first. And the Bead Diggers lead 2-0. Well, that's going to be an error on Erickson. No RBI. And now a runner in scoring position, so the Bead Diggers benefit from that miscue. That throw was a little bit offline, could have been caught over there. And we have a courtesy runner for Brush. That is Sarah Becker. Sarah Becker running at second base for the Bead Diggers. Again, it's the little plays you got to make here. And that was not made, and that pitch is swung on and missed by Bruno. No balls and 1 strike. And Knapp is getting ahead in the count, but she's going to need some defensive help here. And the offering. That's a swing and a miss. Late on that one was Bruno. No balls and 2 strikes. Got to start the bat a little bit earlier there. The first Bead Digger run of the game, the home run by Braylon Rule, is brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants. Engineering and Consulting Services. That's Western Engineering Consultants. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch at the letters. Bruno strikes out on 3 pitches. There's 1 down. And that'll bring up Harley Holdren. Holdren on Tuesday was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch down at the knees. It's 0-1. The Bead Diggers hold an early 2-0 lead here in Windsor against Resurrection Christian, based out of Loveland. At second is Sarah Becker. Knapp getting the sign. She's thrown only 1 ball, 11 strikes all over the strike zone. The offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was eye high. Man, you can't swing at that one. That was a rise ball, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Delaney Draggart is on deck. And the offering. Swung on and foul to the backstop. Yeah, Knapp is going with some straight heat here. And with the way she can pitch, if she gets any defensive support, Rhys can certainly stay in this game. They couldn't stay in the game last year. Both were double-digit wins by the Bee Diggers. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 across and 1 out, 1 on. Swung on, line foul off to the right. A late swing towards the Resurrection Christian dugout on the first base side. Yeah, sometimes you can almost throw too many strikes, because that's right now what this pitcher's doing. She's throwing a lot of strikes, and the Bee Diggers are pretty much anticipating it. Holdren did swing at a ball, but nonetheless, she's in an 0-2 hole. Laying down the sign there is Johnson. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch on the inner half, and there's 2 down. Second strikeout of the inning here for Alexis Knapp. Delaney Draggart had a base hit in 2 plate appearances for Brush on Tuesday. Again, Becker at second. She was there with nobody out, now with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Headed to third, no throw. It'll be a stolen base, a delayed steal there by Becker. No balls and 1 strike. Even though it's 88 degrees, it feels probably closer to about 80. It's not too bad out here. That's because the sun is not beaming down on us. Not exactly overcast either. The pitch, that is low. A ball and a strike. Headed to the plate is Becker. She slides and she's safe. Becker is safe off the pass ball. The Bee Diggers lead 3-0. A little bit of hesitation there for the youngster, but she was able to slide in ahead. And Brush now up by 3. Boy, very aggressive base running, and that's exactly what they need. The Bee Diggers looked very tentative on Tuesday. Audrey Johnson adjusting the equipment. 1 ball, 1 strike with 3 across. This is the number 6 hitter for the Bee Diggers. It all started with Braylon Rule's home run and inside the Parker on a ball hit over the glove of the right fielder, Taya Alcantar. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the wind and pitch. Swing and a miss, let her high. Count moves to 1-2. She's got that rise ball working. If she keeps it in that area and the Bee Diggers keep biting, she's going to pick up more than the 2 strikeouts she's got right now. 1-2 here to Draggart. And the offering. Swing and a foul. Again, up in the zone, but got a piece of it. Shortened up the swing nicely on pitch number 20. And again, 18 strikes have been thrown by Knapp. Not all in the strike zone. The Bee Diggers have helped out in a couple of pitches. 1 ball and 2 strikes with the bases empty. Knapp looking in. And the pitch. That is a called strike 3. And Draggart is tagged out as the ball was dropped by Johnson. And that does it in the inning. The Bee Diggers do pick up 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and the base is left empty. Let's head to the bottom of the first in Windsor. Brush 3, Resurrection Christian coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Diggers picked up 3 runs in the top of the first inning. Let's head to the bottom of the first, and Lauren Morissette will lead off for Resurrection Christian, followed by Jaden Krager. Alexis Knapp, the pitcher, hits third. The cleanup hitters, Riley Smith. Audrey Johnson, the center fielder, hits 5th. Or check that, she's the catcher. Lael Erickson hits 6th. Charlie Jen Malone, the second baseman, bats 7th. Callie Gillespie hits 8th, and Taya Alcantar hits 9th. Rush defensively at first base as Olivia Gillick. Delaney Draggart at second. Avery Lefevre's at third. Over at short is Braylon Rule. Harley Holdren in left. The center fielder is Carly Tatellini. Nevaeh Tolentino in right. Behind the plate is Amaya Bruno. And Mason Unrein getting the start today. The right-hander delivers. And that's a little bit high. To the left-handed hitting Morissette. 1 ball and no strikes. It's all about the pitching here for Brush. The offering. Swung on and fouled back on it. Looked like a half swing. And the count levels at 1-1. If you get the pitching, that makes up for a lot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looking in is Runrine. The pitch outside. Ball 2, strike 1. Yeah, we know that Knapp can throw strikes. She was very proficient in the first inning. And that one's up and in. That ball looked like it got stuck in her hand. 3-1. Here to Morissette. And the offering. Foul to the backstop on a pitch up and in. It's 3-2. Let's see if she can put her away here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Braylon Rule homered an inside the park job to begin the game. Carly Tatellini had a base hit. Those were the 2 hits the Bee Diggers had. 3-2. Swing and a miss on a heater at the numbers. 1 down. 1 down here for Jaden Krager, right-handed hitter. It's a great start there by Unrein, falling behind in the count, but rallying to retire the hitter. Yeah, need more of that in this game and all season. And the pitch, high. 1 ball and no strikes. The Bee Diggers, of course, in their gold uniforms with the maroon lettering and the black pants. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to Jaden Krager. Krager, the center fielder for the Cougars, wearing their royal blues with the black pants. The offering swung on, lifted foul down the left side. Count moves to 1-2. Yeah, if you can be on that field for 5 to 6 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes, get back in that dugout. That's what you want to do. You want to be out there a lot less time than the opposing team. And that's all pitching and defense. No balls, 2 strikes. And the changeup, it was 1-2, now 2-2. Up and away. Unrein operating at a 50-50 ratio right now with balls and strikes. And the 2-2 foul tipped into the glove of Bruno. It's a strikeout. Nice job by Bruno holding on, and there's 2 down. So Mason Unrein has come out strong here for Brush. Here's Alexis Knapp, the opposing pitcher. Big, strong hitter. Another one from the right side. As she bats with 2 down and the base is empty. You can tell that she can stroke it here. The pitch. And that one rolls in. That's the inconsistency that the Bee Diggers are going to have to fight. You want to throw competitive pitches. That's a non-competitive pitch there. And the 1-0. That's right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike just above the knees to Alexis Knapp. 3-0 Brush in the bottom of the first inning. Great start for the Bee Diggers here in Windsor at Chimney Park. And the offering swung on and lifted into shallow center field, but Tatellini's right there and makes the grab. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mason Unrein. That's the way the Bee Diggers have to do it. Let's head to the second inning in Windsor. It's Brush 3, Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back in Windsor, 3-0. Brush leads Resurrection Christian in game number 2 for the Bee Diggers. Off to an excellent start after falling 2 days ago to University 13-1. And for the Bee Diggers in this second inning against right-hander Alexis Knapp, they'll send up the bottom of the order. Nevaeh Tolentino, Olivia Gillick, and Avery Lefevre. All right-handed hitters here for Brush in this inning. Unless they get to Tatellini. Alexis Knapp, you can't overstate it. Through 21 pitches in the first inning, 19 were strikes. There's the wind and pitch. Swung on and lifted into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Alcantar, an inexperienced player out there, doesn't look comfortable. She could have come on and made that play, but Tolentino has a base hit on her first swing of the season. Her first pitch of the season. And the Bee Diggers have 3 base knocks so far. Here is Gillick. Gillick, in 2 plate appearances on Tuesday, struck out twice. against Addison Harding. Squaring to bunt and fouls it back. Yeah, she dropped the head of that bat, and that's always going to hit the bottom of the bat. No balls and 1 strike. Well, the Bee Diggers have come out aggressively here on the offensive end. 0-1 at first. Here is Tolentino. Knapp looking in, and Johnson setting up a little bit towards the outside. And the offering. And that is popped foul to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Keeps dropping the head of the bat just a bit. Well, let's see if the bunt sign is still on. If you bunt foul with 2 strikes in both softball and baseball, you're automatically out. 0-2 here to Gillick. With nobody out, a runner at first. And the offering. Upstairs, runner goes to second, no throw. And that'll be a steal for Tolentino. So the Bee Diggers with a runner in scoring position, their second stolen base of the game. And Gillick with a chance to drive in Brush's 4th run. B&B Appliance and Repair, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too. B&B Appliance and Repair. The pitch, swing and a miss, a strikeout of Gillick. And 1 down in the 2nd inning. And Alexis Knapp has recorded her 4th strikeout. The Bee Diggers have not recorded an out unless it's been a strikeout. Lefevre was 0 for 2 on Tuesday with a couple of Ks. Looking to make some contact here and drive in another run for Brush. And the pitch, swing, and might have got a piece of it into the glove. No balls and 1 strike. Tolentino began the inning with a base hit to right. On deck, it's Braylon Rule who hit an inside the Parker. Johnson lays down the sign. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Pitch at the letters. It's 0-2. Well, the Bee Diggers know she's going to throw strikes. 25 strikes and just 3 balls so far. But Brush has a 3-0 lead. Lefevre digs in. And the offering. And a changeup is off the glove of the catcher Johnson to third. Right there. Great jump by Tolentino. And the count is at 1-2. Now just anything on the ground except to the pitcher will drive in a run. Only the 4th ball thrown by Knapp in the 1st inning plus. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Lefevre. Playing in at the corners. The offering. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Good solid swing. Staying alive in the count. Remains at 1-2 to Avery Lefevre. Knapp looks in. Sun now makes an appearance. Swung on and fouled back. Boy, good solid swing. She's starting to get on top of that ball. Remains at no balls and check it, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the 2nd. Let's see if Knapp goes with another change of pace here. She tried a change up earlier. The offering, swung on and lifted and caught by the second. Dropped over there. Looked like it was in her glove. And for some reason thrown to second. Charlie Jen Malone drops the ball. No RBI. Scoring is Tolentino. Brush leads 4-0. Second error of the game here for Resurrection Christian on a routine pop-up. So the Bee Diggers catch another break on what appeared to be an easy play. And here's Rule. More trouble here for Resurrection Christian. Wind and pitch. Upstairs, Lefevre takes off her second, no throw. That'll be a stolen base for Avery Lefevre. Let's see what Braylon can do here. A ball and no strikes. So the Bee Diggers shortstop the pitch. Swung on. That ball is lifted into right center field. That's got plenty of carry, and it is going to drop in for a hit. Nearly chased down. Lefevre's around third. Lefevre to the plate. Lefevre is going to score standing. Rule's headed for third. She's going to be in there. We'll call it a double. And the Beat Diggers now lead 5-0. Jaden Krager ran to her left and nearly made the play. Scored a double for Brush. And then ruled a third on the throw home. Here is Carly Tatellini. Yeah, you can tell that Resurrection Christian's going through some growing pains of their own. Defensively, Alexis Knapp is throwing the ball well. Tatellini awaits the pitch. And that one bounces away. Here comes Rule to the plate. She's going to score. Sliding, and the Beat Diggers now lead 6-0 in the second inning. Wild pitch to Alexis Knapp, and Brush has scored 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Well, they're looking to make this an abbreviated game if they don't let Res back in it. They got to keep this going. 1 ball and no strikes. Only 1 out in this second inning. Brush has 6 runs, and they've done that on 4 hits. Couple of errors by the Cougars. And the pitch swung on and fouled straight back, and the count levels at 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tatellini had a lot of swings a year ago for a team that made it all the way to the Final Four. After defeating Rocky Ford and Lions in the playoffs, both were road victories before they lost to eventual state champion Eaton. Eaton won the state title last year in softball, volleyball, football, and baseball. The pitch swung on, grounded slowly left side, and the throw to first is going to be late. It's a base hit. Riley Smith came up with it, but too much speed for Tatellini, and she's now 2 for 2 on the slow grounder to third. And Mason Unrein will now step in for Brush. Unrein reached on an error and then later scored in the first inning. Well, let's see if she squares to bunt. That's what she did the first inning. Nope, she's going to swing away. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off for second, no throw. And Tolentino swipes the bag. And another runner in scoring position for Brush. And that's Tom Odell's game. He likes to keep it as aggressive as possible. No balls and 1 strike. Off of second now is Tolentino. Swung on and lifted a shallow right field. That should drop, and it's going to drop along the line. Getting a late jump there, and now rounding third and scoring is Carly Tatellini. The Beat Diggers lead 7-0, and now the ball gets away, but backed up by the third baseman Smith. It'll be an RBI double for Unrein, and the Beat Diggers are in business here in the second inning with a 7 spot. And Sarah Becker once again will be the courtesy runner for Brush. Knapp has thrown 39 pitches, only 6 balls. The Beat Diggers are swinging away. Amaya Bruno struck out swinging in the first inning. Well, they've got a scoreboard, but I'm not sure why. Nothing's working. The clock doesn't work, and the score doesn't work either. The pitch swung on and fouled straight back. No balls and 1 strike. Here to Amaya Bruno, 7-0. Brush leads in the top of the second. Becker with that left foot on the bag in front of the right foot. As soon as the ball's released, she'll get off the bag. Swung on and lifted a shallow center field, and that one is going to drop for a base hit. Becker steps on third, headed towards the plate. No throw. She scores on that RBI single. Little floater there by Amaya Bruno. Brush has 5 across in the second. It's 8-0. And another courtesy runner here for the Beat Diggers. And there's a conference on the hill. That'll be Molly Wolf for Brush, running at first base. Well, that gives players like Becker and, in this case, Wolf, a chance to participate in this game. And that's big for the Beat Diggers. So here we go with Harley Holdren, struck out her first time up. with Wolf at first after the Bruno RBI single, giving her legs a break because she'll be catching whenever we get to the inning. The pitch, swung on, grounded right back to the mound. The throw's going to be the first for the out. And now for some reason caught between first and second and now on the bag is Molly Wolf. She was totally lost out there. I don't think she knew the situation. I'm not sure. She was totally confused, and Coach Otto had to yell to her to make sure she stayed on second base. She was not even at second. I think she might have thought that the ball was lined back to the pitcher. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, there's two down. Yeah, you got to make sure you just don't look at the coach. You look at the actual swing and the result of the play. Delaney Drackard struck out her first time up. The Bay Diggers have 5 across in the frame. The pitch. Fastball for a strike right there at the knees. A lot of heat here from Alexis Knapp, but the Bay Diggers have been coming through as they have 7 hits in the game. No balls and 1 strike. And now she calls time. Again, if you're up by 12 runs after 4, the game is over, but the Bay Diggers have got to utilize that pitching and defense. This is not over if they don't get that element of the game. The pitch. That is on the inside corner off the glove of Johnson. Now headed for third is Molly Wolf on the pass ball. No balls and 2 strikes.
53 to 57, depending on.
0-2 here to Draggart. Can she come back here from this 2-strike count? Alexis Knapp looking for the K here. The pitch, and that bounces in, bounces away, but no, it's going to ricochet right back to Johnson. No advance there by Wolf at third. Yeah, these are solid decisions that Coach Odel's making, having these runners. Becker and Wolf, you can tell that they're still trying to find their way in the base paths. They don't have a lot of experience out there, and this is the only way to do it, the offering. And that is fouled at the plate, a check swing. Remains at 1-2 to Delaney Draggart. 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second for Brush. We're only in the second inning, but they've got an 8-0 lead. Wolf standing at third. Draggart again trying to protect. 46 pitches thrown already by Knapp. And the offering. It's off the glove, but just a few feet away. Now Johnson will chase it down on a pitch that was low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Morgan Community College here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. That is Morgan Community College. It'll be a 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled. Fisted to the right. Boy, it would be nice to save some pitching, too. If you can make this a 4 or 5 inning game, you really save some pitching. Here we go again. 2-2 to Draggart. Looking to put the ball in play with a runner at third. Swing and a miss. On a pitch above the letter, she strikes out for the second time in as many plate appearances. However, the Bay Diggers have a huge inning. 5 runs on 5 hits. There was an error and a runner left at third. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning in Windsor. It's Brush 8, Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 8-0 Brush to the bottom of the second in Windsor. Here's Riley Smith. Changeup is a strike. Oh, that was a thing of beauty on the inner half. No balls and 1 strike to the third baseman for Resurrection Christian. Unrein delivers. That is right there on the outer half for a strike. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Have the Bay Diggers found a gem here in Unrein? She had some work a year ago. The pitch upstairs. Count is at 1-2. Riley Smith, Audrey Johnson, and Lael Erickson in this bottom of the second inning, with the Bay Diggers up 8-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a ball above the letters. It's another strikeout for Mason Unrein. 1 out. Unrein has picked up 3 strikeouts here in the early going. And here is Johnson, the catcher. She's been busy behind the plate. Wind and pitch. Up and away. Remember, Unrein fell behind to the first hitter 3-1. She rallied, got the strikeout, and has been sharp ever since. She's retired the first 4. The offering, and that's low. 2 balls and no strikes to the number 5 hitter for the Cougars. This is where you got to dig deep. Not allow a cheap base runner. That's a strike at the knees. Ball 2, strike 1. The Bay Diggers tallied 3 runs in the first inning. Braylon Rule got it all started with an inside the park home run, 2-1. Ooh, just a little bit low and away. Nice location there, 3-1. Here to Audrey Johnson. Unrein delivers. Swing and a miss and a pitch up and in. 3-2. Well, when she throws strikes, they're not down the middle necessarily. She's really hitting some corners. 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3 right down the middle, thigh high. Strikeout number 4, 2 down. That's the backwards K there. Here's Lael Erickson. 5 up, 5 down. As Mason Unrein is working through this lineup. Getting the sign there from Bruno. The pitch. Changeup is a little bit low. Didn't go on the appeal to first. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 down and the bases empty. Bottom of the second inning. The Bee Diggers with an 8 spot on the board. The offering very high. Ball 2 and no strikes. Charlie Jen Malone is on deck. Unrein ready. And the pitch. Rolled it in there, bounced it in there. 3-0. That's what she doesn't want to get into. Again, the ratio is still not good. She's been effective, but 14 strikes and 13 balls. So still battling here. 3-0. Right there on the inner half, it's 3-1. And I think that's what she needs to do. Just take something off the pitch on occasion. Not everything has to be max effort. 3 balls and 1 strike. The pitch, that's down and in. It's a walk, a 2-out walk to Lael Erickson. And here's Charlie Jen Malone. Another right-handed hitter here for Resurrection Christian. The line score for Brush. 8 runs on 7 hits. No runs, no hits for Resurrection Christian. They've committed the game's only 2 errors. The Bee Diggers left a runner on base, swing and a miss. Came right back with a first pitch strike to Charlie Jen Malone. Unrein looks in. And the pitch. Oh, that hitter. Got to watch out. Got her on the left foot. That's what you have to avoid. That's why I'm saying you can't be too comfortable here. You want to get the 8th hitter out so you have the 9 hitter to start the number 3 inning. There's Callie Gillespie from the left side. So 2 strikeouts, a walk, and then a hit batter. And this is what plagued the Bee Diggers 1 year ago, especially when they lost games. The pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. Choppy swing there by Gillespie, no balls and 1 strike. Resurrection Christian, a relatively young softball program. And the offering. That's right there, outer half for a strike, thigh high, it's 0-2. Let's see if Mason can put her away here. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 down. Bee Diggers with a huge advantage. The pitch, fouled on a pitch that was like neck level, but got a piece of it. Count remains at 0-2. Trying to get her to swing at that rise ball. Mason Unrein looking to strike out the side. She's got 4 strikeouts in the game. She's got 5. Swing and a miss. And the strikeout is recorded. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left. To the third we go in Windsor. It's the Bee Diggers 8, the Resurrection Christian Cougars nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back in Windsor, the Bee Diggers lead by a score of 8-0 over Resurrection Christian. John Beltran with you as Brush scored 3 runs in the first inning and 5 in the second. And they've done that on 7 hits. They've taken advantage of 2 errors. Bottom of the order here, Nevaeh Tolentino had a base hit her first time up. Tolentino, Gillick, and Lefevre. The pitch, swing and a foul to the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, I was told this team played well. Brush played well during club action, and that's been evident the way they're playing today. They had case of the nerves on Tuesday. They played a really solid university team, which didn't graduate as many players as Brush did. No balls and 1 strike. Alexis Knapp has thrown just 8 balls and 42 strikes. Swing and a miss and a pitch up and away. Well, that's the way she can retire Brush a little bit easier if the Bee Diggers stretch out the strike zone. 0-2 here on Tolentino. Knapp looking in. Let's see if she stretches out the zone again. The pitch, swing and a miss and a heater at the letters. 1 out. Alexis Knapp has now recorded 6 strikeouts. Olivia Gillick was one of those 6 strikeout victims. Stepping in from the right side. And the pitch is right there for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Olivia looking to make contact for the first time this season. 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Just shorten up that swing. No balls and 1 strike here from Alexis Knapp. Twirling that softball, the pitch. That is on the inside corner, strike 2. Johnson having a little trouble holding onto the ball. But no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, they want to get right back into that dugout and see if they can carve away with Brush up 8-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Knapp ready. And Knapp fires. Swing and a miss. That was thigh high. Strikeout number 7. Gillick is out number 2. Lefevre had an excellent plate appearance. First time up, hit a little flare to second. It was dropped. A run scored, no RBI. So she's officially 0 for 1. And the pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. And that pitch was a little bit up in the zone, but had a solid swing on it. No balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter. And if Avery gets on like she did last time, that sets it up nicely for Braylon Rule. Knapp ready. And the offering swung on and fouled off to the right again. 0-2, that's the thing. She's bringing some velocity. The Bee Diggers have to start that swing a little bit earlier. No balls and 2 strikes. Here to the sophomore, Avery Lefevre. With 2 down and the bases empty in the top of the 3rd inning. Alexis Knapp comes home, and the changeup bounced in. Got it stuck in her hand. Trying to throw off the rhythm of Lefevre, but no shot there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Righty against righty. Johnson setting up towards the outside, the offering. Swung on, grounded right side, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. Beyond the outstretched glove of Charlie Jen Malone. First hit of the season there for Lefevre going the other way. Here's Braylon Rule, who has homered and doubled. The homer was an inside the park job. And the Bee Diggers have found that out. If they can put the ball in play, Resurrection Christian, an inexperienced team, is being challenged anytime the Bee Diggers put that ball in play. That's why 7 of the 8 outs have been strikeouts. and every out's been recorded by Knapp. She had a bouncer back to the mound. Braylon Rule digs in. And the pitch. And that ball to the screen off a glove of Johnson. And Lefevre with a steal. She was off anyway with the release of the pitch. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, I think Coach Odell wanted her to round second because the ball got away. 1-0 here to Braylon Rule. 2 for 2 so far. 3 hits on the season. Swung on and lifted towards right field. Way back, and that is going to be over the outstretched glove there of Alcantara. Scoring is going to be Lefevre. Now going for 3 is Braylon Rule. She's in there. She is 3/4 of the way to the cycle. 9-0 Bead Diggers. They've scored at least a run in every inning. And that ball was tagged out there again. Alcantara nearly had the play in right field with the ball twisting away from her. And Brush up 9-0. Here's Carly Tatellini. She's 2 for 2 with a couple of base knocks. And the offering. That's upstairs. A ball and no strikes. And you know that if the ball gets away at all, even if it's a few feet away, Braylon Rule with a lot of speed is going to score. She might not need Tatellini to send her across the plate. And the 1-0 pitch. And that one gets away, but nope, it ricochets right back to Audrey Johnson. It's 2-0. Yeah, if that thing would have scooted up the third baseline a little bit more, Braylon Rule would have scored. But it had that deflection right back to the Resurrection Christian catcher. 2 balls and no strikes to Tatellini. And the pitch. Swung on and lifted into right center field. That could be a little trouble. To her left is Krager. She makes the catch. She made the catch in the gap. And the Bead Diggers are held to 1 run in the top of the 3rd inning. They do it on 2 hits. No errors and a base runner left at 3rd. 2 1/2 innings have been played in Windsor. It's the Bead Diggers 9, the Resurrection Christian Cougars nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mason Unrein has picked up 5 strikeouts in the game as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Brush with a 9-0 lead in Windsor over Resurrection Christian. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Alcantara, Lauren Morissette, and Jaden Krager. And a discussion there with a home plate umpire and one of the res coaches. I don't think there's not a lineup change there. That's Tea Alcantara. Mason Unrein has thrown 35 pitches in a game. Again, would like to improve that strike-to-ball ratio. 20 strikes and 15 balls, has walked a hitter and also hit a batter. The pitch, swing and a miss on a pitch that was neck high. Got major help there. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering. And that is, did she go? She did. Check swing and a pitch inside. No balls and 2 strikes. Unrein's been helped out for the first 2 pitches of the inning. She's right on top of that plate. The offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch well above the letters. Alcantara strikes out on 3 pitches. 1 out. And Mason Unrein has now picked up her 6th strikeout and 5 of them swinging, including one of Lauren Morissette, who bats from the left side. The right-hander for Brush is ready. And the pitch. High. And Unrein has not thrown a strike in the inning, to be honest with you. She's thrown 4 balls, but 3 of them were swung at by the previous hitter. Morissette awaits. That's not even close. Upstairs, 2-0. Yeah, you're not going to get help here near the top of the lineup. You might get it at the bottom. 2 balls and no strikes to Morissette. And the pitch. That one's low. 3-0. Yeah, I think she needs to slow down perhaps just a little bit. 3-0 pitch. And that one's low as well. She hadn't thrown a strike in the inning. Again, the 3 balls that were thrown to Alcantara were all balls, but she swung at them. Here is Jaden Krager, struck out swinging her first time up. The Bay Diggers with a 9-0 lead here in the third. The pitch, that's up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. This is the battle. We've been talking about this since the beginning of last year. Squaring to bunt. Bunts it up first base side. Fielded by Unrein. Throw to first in time. The sacrifice is successful 1-3. And there's 2 down. Nice play there by Mason Unrein. On that sacrifice bunt, moving a runner into scoring position. And Alexis Knapp, their best hitters at the plate. She popped to the center fielder, Tatellini, her first time up. And Unrein's got to throw strikes here. But there is a base open. Wind and pitch. That's a strike. Belt high, it's 0-1 to Alexis Knapp. And the Bay Diggers with a 9-0 advantage here in the bottom of the third inning, but trouble here with a runner at second and 2 down. The offering, changeup is a little bit high. Boy, nice change of pace there, but just left it a little bit upstairs. It's 1-1. Yeah, tough to strike out this hitter. And the pitch, swung on and lifted to left field. It's got some carry to it. Going back right there to make the grab is Harley Holdren. She only needed a step back and made the catch. And a nice job of Mason Unrein getting out of that one. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a base runner left in scoring position. 3 innings in the books. Brush 9. Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to inning number 4. The Bay Diggers are holding a 9-0 lead against Resurrection Christian. And Alexis Knapp will be working here to Mason Unrein. Followed by Amaya Bruno and Harley Holdren. Unrein reached in an air and doubled. 1 for 2 in the game. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that ball was nowhere near the strike zone. Up and away and off the catcher's glove. It's 0-1 on that rise ball. Knapp has thrown 65 pitches, 53 of them for strikes, but the Bay Diggers have helped out on occasion. There's the offering, and that's down and away and off the glove again of the catcher. Johnson, she's been busy back there. Your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas, High Plains Bank. Find out more at highplainsbank.com. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 runs in the first for Brush, 5 in the second, 1 in the third. Swung on and lifted right side foul territory and out of play. And it goes to 1-2. I mean, Brush has done a nice job. They haven't pulled the ball much. The Bee Diggers have operated very well from center to right offensively. And so far in the game, Braylon Rule has a homer, a double, and a triple. 3/4 of the way to the cycle. The pitch, swung on, grounded right side, base hit into right field. Again going the other way of the Bee Diggers. And Mason Unrein picks up her second hit of the game, and the Bee Diggers have 10 hits on the board. Here's Amaya Bruno. She's got a base hit. Driving in a run. She also struck out 1 for 2. Unrein will take a breather in favor once again of Sarah Becker, who's already scored in this game. Again, the Bee Diggers are looking to shorten up this game by 12 runs after 4 or 10 after 5. They're up 9-0 right now, just past the top of the hour. Swing and a miss on a heater just above belt level. It's 0-1. Harley Holdren will hit next. With nobody out. Now scoring to bunt. And the offering. And that bunted up the first base side. The throw's going to be made to first. And it gets into right field. All the first baseman had to do was tag the runner. Erickson did not do so. The ball's still loose in right field. Here comes Becker. She's going to score. And all the way to third is going to be Amaya Bruno. And the Bee Diggers lead 10-0 on the third error of the game by Resurrection Christian. It'll be scored a sacrifice with an error, no RBI. All she had to do was touch her. The first baseman was right there, and instead, the ball got away. Here's Harley Holdren. Struck out and grounded out. The pitch swung on. That is lined to the shortstop on 2 hops. Off the glove of the shortstop, Morris said, reaching as Holdren will score that a base hit. As that ball was hit to her left, she had to lunge. Scoring is Amaya Bruno. Brush has 2 across in the frame. They lead 11-0. And again, the Bee Diggers just doing a nice job of making contact. And let's see if Coach Hodel is going to make a lineup change here. With Brush up 11-0. And stepping in for Brush is going to be Rhys Lambert, I believe. Interesting way to write the R and the T here, but so Rhys Lambert is in there for Brush. Yeah, she made an appearance, I believe, on the bases the other day. And again, a huge opportunity just to get these players experience. Brush has hit the ball, but they've also taken advantage of some miscues here, and not much Alexis Knapp can do when Brush is swinging it that well. And then 3 errors have certainly hurt Resurrection Christian. So here is Rhys Lambert. And we're going to have a courtesy runner at first. And the courtesy runner is Alicia Hernandez for the Bee Diggers. So I think Coach Hodel wants to clear the bench. Not a bad idea. In fact, it's a very good idea for only the second game of the season. Conference on the mound with Resurrection Christian down 11-0. Mason Unrein yet to allow a hit. And we're going to have a new pitcher as well. That'll be Riley Smith. So Alexis Knapp is now going to go to third. And while she warms up, we'll take a quick break. Top of the 4th inning. The Bee Diggers have 2 across in the frame. Nobody out, a runner at first. In Windsor at Chimney Park, the Bee Diggers lead the Cougars of Resurrection Christian 11-0 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Swung on and fisted foul. Riley Smith throws her first pitch in this sequence to Rhys Lambert. Brush has scored 2 in the frame. Nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th. They lead Resurrection Christian 11-0. At first base is the courtesy runner, Alicia Hernandez. The pitch, and that one is high. Alexis Knapp threw the ball really well. She did. The book is not closed on her yet because the runner at first is her responsibility. And the pitch, and that's up and in. 2-0. She did strike out 7 and walk none. Only 1 wild pitch. 19 of 23 first pitch strikes. That's very good. And the 2-1 pitch. That's high. Ball 3, strike 1. Yeah, I think Resurrection is trying to stretch out their pitching just a little bit. You don't want to waste Knapp in an 11-0 game. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Rhys Lambert. Riley Smith started the game at third. The pitch, and that's high. And it's a walk. The ball gets away. And the second is Hernandez. And here's Nevaeh Tolentino. She singled and struck out. 1 for 2 in the game. If the Bee Diggers can tally another run and hold Rez off the board, they would win this in 4 innings. The pitch. And that ball hit her on the left hip. So Tolentino is on base for, let's see, we'll have that might be Brisa about to step in. That is Brisa Garcia. Here for Brush, a freshman. And she will step in and bat with the bases loaded. Man, how special would it be if she could kiss one here? If she could hit one out, that would be something. Got to be patient, though, and swing at the right pitch. And the offering, and that's up and in, nearly hit her. 1 ball and no strikes. The bases are loaded, nobody out. Top of the 4th inning. Brush up 11-0, looking to make this a 4-inning game. A 12-run lead or more would end it in 4 innings. Resurrection Christian does have to bat, though. And the 1-0 pitch. And that one went behind the catcher. Or the hitter, I should say. Johnson chases it down 2-0. Yeah, I think the hit sign is on. There's no doubt the hit sign is on. If Brisa gets a pitch in the zone, she's going to swing. Especially in a 2-0. The base runners are as follows. At third is Hernandez, Lambert at second, Tolentino at first. The Bee Diggers scored 2 to begin the inning. Still nobody out. 2 balls and no strikes on Brisa Garcia. The pitch, and that went behind her again. 3-0. Let's see what Coach Odell has her doing. It's with a big lead. You might swing away if it's in a strike zone. 3 balls and no strikes. I know she wants to swing. There's no doubt about it. But it's got to be there. And the pitch. And that one's up and away. It's a walk. Well, she drives in a run. In her first varsity plate appearance, drives in a run. And the Bee Diggers now lead 12-0. And let's see if we have another pitching change. That could be a possibility. Smith has thrown just 1 strike and 9 balls. The infield is converging, but there'll be a visit here as Brush is up by 12 in the top of the 4th inning. And Avery Lefevre swung the bat very well. Reached on an air and singled to right. Officially at 1 for 2. And batting .250 on the season. So Lambert, Tolentino, and Garcia on the bases. The offering. And that one hit her on the left elbow. And that's going to score another run. Here comes Lambert. It's 13-0. Well, all Unrein's going to do, if she pitches, you would think she's going to pitch that 4th inning and nobody else, just throw strikes. And watch out, Braylon Rule is a single shy of the cycle. She has homered, doubled, and tripled. Bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch, very high, off the glove of Johnson. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, it's all about the release point here with Riley Smith. It looks like the ball gets stuck in her hand a little bit. 1-0. Roll awaiting. And the offering. A check swing. It's a grounder up the first base side. Fielded throw to first. And it's off the glove of the first baseman. And 2 runs are going to score. Lefevre to third. That'll be another error. The 4th by Resurrection Christian. And RBI is credited for the first run scoring. And it's now 15-0. And that was a check swing. That should have been caught at first. And now you have runners at the corners here for Carly Tatellini. She singled twice and popped out. And the pitch up and away. A ball and no strikes. Boy, at this point, even if you're on the Brush side, you want Resurrection Christian to register at least some chances for outs. Just to pick up some outs here would be valuable. You don't want this to get even uglier than it is. It's already 15-0 with nobody out. And that pitch is up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. And this could be the final hitter that Smith faces. Has thrown 15 pitches, only 2 in the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 on. And we have 6 across in the inning. Brush's biggest inning of the game. The pitch. That is a strike on the changeup. And now you do have to stretch out that zone a little bit, no doubt. And that's the way you do it. You stretch out the zone if you're the umpire. B-Diggers are going to have to be swinging at anything close. And the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded up to first, and the ball is off the first baseman, Erickson. And that's going to be another miscue. And to third is Rule. Another run scores. B-Diggers lead 16-0. It will be an RBI for Tatellini. But again, a miscue on a ground ball that was hit right near the bag, right at the bag. And Resurrection Christian has now committed 5 errors in the game. The offering upstairs to Mason Unrein. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, this will be a 4-inning game. We know that. But when will we get to the bottom of the 4th inning? We don't know that. The pitch went behind her. No advance either way. 2-0. Unrein reached in an air, doubled and singled, 2 for 3 officially. Yeah, I mean, this could turn into a 30-minute half inning. It's already gone about 15 minutes. We were just past the top of the hour when the inning started. The pitch up and away. Yeah, the loneliest position in sports is not quarterback. The loneliest position in sports is pitcher. Nobody can help you. 3 balls and no strikes. I wonder if Knapp's going to come back into the mound just so they can get some outs. 3-0 here to Unrein, the pitch. And that is a strike. Again, they're going to stretch out that zone. That zone's going to be stretched out, and rightly so. 3-1. Rule at third. Tatellini at first. And the offering. And that ball hit her on the backside. And now the bases are loaded. And now we're going to have another visit to the hill as Amaya Bruno will bat for Brush. And there's got to be a pitching change here. They might bring Knapp back in. Be another courtesy runner for the B-Diggers, Sarah Becker, who's run on 4 different occasions in this game, is now at first. So Rule at third, Tatellini at second, and Becker at first. Bruno struck out, singled, and then a sac bunt. 1 for 2. Still nobody out. This is the 11th hitter of the inning. The pitch. Swing and a miss as Alexis Knapp is back on the hill. And I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, nothing you could do there. She's got to be on the hill. 0-1 to Bruno. And the offering. And that bounces in and bounces away. No advance, though. A ball and a strike for Resurrection Christian to send the game to a 5th inning. If it stays at 16-0, they would need to tally 5 runs. 1 ball and 1 strike. The first 10 hitters have reached for Brush. And the pitch swung on in, lifted right side, and dropped by the second baseman. And no infield fly rule was called. However, there's going to be a force at second. And there it is as Sarah Becker had to hold up. So the force is made off the drop ball, so no error because they got an out. And that's going to go 4-6. Scoring is Braylon Rule. It's 17-0 B-Diggers. And, I mean, Becker made the right play. You got to hold up there. So she's out at second. And you have runners at the corners. And we'll have another hitter in Holdren's spot. This will be Alicia Hernandez, who already scored in this inning as a courtesy runner. So she bats with first and third and one out. 8 runs in the inning. The pitch, a strike with a heater on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. And the Bee Diggers have stranded only 2 in the game. Resurrection Christian has stranded 3. I mean, you rarely see that you strand more runners when you're down by this much. But that is the case. No balls and 1 strike. And Alexis Knapp comes home. Swung on and fisted foul down the right field side and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, the game on Tuesday lasted an hour and 18 minutes. We're at an hour and 14 now. And Resurrection Christian, once they're at the plate, they'll be down to their final 3 outs. No balls and 2 strikes. Alexis Knapp has picked up 7 strikeouts in the game. And the pitch, swung on and fouled off. Now you can tell this Brush team can swing it, because Knapp can pitch. It remains at 0-2. Rhys Lambert, let's see if she's going to hit next. Coach has been shuffling the lineup just to get everybody in the game. Knapp looks in, the offering. Swung on, grounded to third, and Smith bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, and that's going to be late. A run scores as Tatellini crosses home. It'll be an RBI, but another miscue over at third. It's 18-0 Brush. But it is an RBI. So here we go. That's Lambert in there, walked. First time up. Brush has now scored 9 runs. Swing and a miss, a late swing there by Lambert. It's 0-1. So Resurrection Christian will need 7 runs to extend the game if Brush does not score again in this frame. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch, swung on and chopped foul up the third base side. 0-2. Yeah, Alexis Knapp is going to have to carry Resurrection Christian this season. She's the most experienced player out there. No balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out and 2 on. And a bunch home. The Bee Diggers have scored half their runs in the inning. Swung on and fouled on a changeup. Right off the catcher. It remains at 0-2. Braylon Rule began the game with an inside the Parker, and that might be the only run they need. No balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swung on, grounded foul right side. The Bee Diggers are not getting cheated at all. They're going to make the best of every at-bat. Alexis Knapp began the inning, replaced by Riley Smith, and now she's back on the hill. She has picked up 1 out, but needs 2 more. Still 0-2. At second is Bruno. Hernandez at first, the pitch. Change up, swung on and missed, but first base is occupied. She tipped it. They're going to say it's a foul ball. But first base was occupied anyway, so had that not been a foul, it would have been an automatic out. But she did get just a little bit, a little piece of that softball. It'll be another 0-2 here. Boy, that sun for the first time in the game is out in full force. The offering, swing and a miss on a changeup. Lambert strikes out on the pitch up and in. There's 2 down. Alexis Knapp has now picked up 8 strikeouts in the game. And here's Tolentino. Single, struck out, and hit by a pitch. 1 for 2. This inning has gone on 23 minutes. Swung on and off the pitcher on the liner. She'll throw to first, and the inning is finally over as Tolentino is retired by Alexis Knapp. Did the Bee Diggers do some damage or what? But they got a lot of help in this inning. 9 runs on 2 hits. That's it, just 2 hits. 4 errors and 2 left. As we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Resurrection Christian is down to their final 3 outs. The score. It is Brush 18, Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Mason Unrein will look to close this game out in 4 innings. She has not allowed a hit. And the Bee Diggers with a humongous lead here. 18-0 over Resurrection Christian in the pitch. That is a swing and a miss on Riley Smith. Unrein's line has been good. I wouldn't say great. 27 strikes, 21 balls. She has picked up 6 strikeouts, up and away. She has walked 2 and hit a batter. 1 ball and 1 strike, 4, 5, and 6 for Resurrection Christian in the bottom of the 4th inning. They need 7 runs to extend the game. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch, belt high. It's 1-2. On the 50th pitch thrown by the right-hander. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The offering. Swing and a miss and a pitch up and away. And Smith strikes out. Second time she's fanned in the game. 1 down. And Unrein now has 7 strikeouts. Audrey Johnson, the catcher, struck out her first time out, looking on a 3-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Boy, she's looking good here. I know it's a big lead, but that's the time it's easiest to lose concentration with a big lead, but she's not doing it. She's right on top of her game right now. 0-1. Inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Audrey Johnson. And the pitch. Up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Resurrection Christian catcher. The pitch. That is right there at the knees. A lot of heat on that one on the outer half. 2-2. The Bee Diggers will play the Valley Vikings on Tuesday. That's our next game right here on 1010. In Brush at 4 o'clock. The pitch. Up and away. Nowhere close. 3-2. Well, she struck her out on a 3-2 pitch her first time up. Let's see if Mason comes back and gets Johnson here with 1 out and the bases empty. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3-2. That is a called strike 3 in her half at the knees. Johnson goes down. 8 strikeouts for Mason Unrein. And she is 1 out away from a 4-inning no-hitter. And here's Leif Erickson, who walked, Lael Erickson. Come on, John. With 2 down and the bases empty. And the pitch. Swing and a miss on a pitch above the letters. Went chasing there. It's 0-1. Oh, 0-1 here from Mason Unrein. And the pitch. That's upstairs, and the count levels at 1-1. Well, the Bee Diggers needed any confidence booster at this point. After the game on Tuesday, the offering. That's right there on the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Here to Erickson. Brush is up by 12 and a half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Unrein delivers. Inside. Oh, it just missed the corner. Oh, that barely missed, but it was inside. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch. High again. 3-2. Here to Erickson. Unrein ready. 3-2. Called strike 3, and Mason Unrein has struck out the side And the Bee Diggers win the game. It's a 4-inning no-hitter as Brush wins by a score of 18-0 in Windsor over Resurrection Christian. Boy, nice battle there on a 3-2. She came back and picked up the strikeout, and the Bee Diggers have won the game. Let us take a break, and we'll wrap this thing up in 1 minute. The final score, Brush 18, Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you at Chimney Park in Windsor. The Bee Diggers pick up their first win of the season. They do it in 4 innings over Resurrection Christian, 18-0 the final score. The Bee Digger post-game show is brought to you by Stubbs Gas and Oil. Fill up your cooler, gas up your car. Stubbs Gas and Oil, easy and convenient, makes them the only stop you need on your way to the big game. Stubbs Gas and Oil. The line score for Brush: 18 runs on 11 hits, no errors, 4 left on base, no runs, no hits, 6 errors, and 3 left on base for Resurrection Christian. The winning pitcher was Mason Unrein as she goes the distance on a no-hitter. And the loss went to Alexis Knapp. Time of the game, 1 hour and 24 minutes on the second pitch of the game. Braylon Rule, who had a home run, a double, and a triple, was on base 4 times, homered, an inside-the-park job. And then after Carly Tatellini singled, she would score as Mason Unrein reached on an error in a 3-run first inning. And then Sarah Becker, a courtesy runner, scored on a pass ball. And then the floodgates opened even more in the second inning when the Bee Diggers tallied 5 runs. Avery Lefevre with an RBI. Braylon Rule, with an RBI double, made it 5-0. She then scored on a wild pitch. Mason Unrein with a run-scoring double made it 7-0. Amaya Bruno with an RBI single made it 8-0. And again, the Bee Diggers with 11 hits win 18-0. Braylon Rule picks up 3 of Brush's 11 hits. Carly Tatellini with 2, and Mason Unrein with 2. 7 hits amongst the first 3 hitters in the lineup. In terms of the pitching line for Unrein, 63 pitches, 35 strikes, 28 balls. Would like to improve upon that ratio, no doubt. 9 strikeouts, did walk 2, and hit a batter. Her first start of the season, and it was a good one for Brush. Again, they'll take on the Valley Vikings coming up on Tuesday in Brush, 4 o'clock right here on 1010. The Brush football team in action tomorrow night when they entertain George Washington Alumni Night. And Bee Digger Stadium will be renamed Larry Mills Field at Bee Digger Stadium, so it's a huge night when the Bee Diggers face the George Washington Patriots. Again, Bee Digger blast off at 6 o'clock, kickoff at 7 o'clock with Tyler Carmen and Ron Albo. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again from Chimney Park in Windsor. In 4 innings, Brush 18, Resurrection Christian nothing on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.